Your comment that you're very disappointed that except for your lawyer and the judge, everybody's been a woman dealing with your case shows a level of misogyny that is troubling.
This courtroom's about to get heated, and not because of the sentence. Today's defendant, Justin Roth, faces charges of aggravated indecent exposure, but what really shocks the judge isn't the crime itself. It's his attitude toward women. Stay tuned, because the sentencing hearing turns into a full-blown reality check.
64FH. Counsel, you want to state your appearances, please?
Melissa Goodrich, Blaine County Prosecutor.
And good afternoon, Your Honor. James Gilbert here on behalf of Mr. Roth.
All right. And have you had a chance to, well, this is sentencing on the aggravated indecent exposure, 2-year misdemeanor with the advisory guidelines currently scored at 0 to 6 months. Any additions or corrections or scoring challenges from the defense?
Your Honor, I did go through the report and I have no additions or corrections to the report, and I believe the scoring is done appropriately.
Okay, Ms. Goodrich, any additions, corrections, or scoring challenges from the people?
No, Your Honor.
All right, anything you'd like to say on Mr. Roth's behalf?
Your Honor, I think the court is probably slightly aware from a lot of Mr. Roth's motions or the things that he does that I do believe there is a mental health issue here that causes him to do some of these activities, and it's something that I don't think he really can control. I've had a lot of exposure with Mr. Roth, not even aggravated type of aggravated.
Classic defense move here point to mental health struggles as the root cause. The lawyers trying to humanize Roth, painting him as impulsive, not malicious. But remember, the legal system draws a sharp line. Mental health explains behavior, it doesn't excuse it.
But through the process of this case, and a lot of times you see this with Mr. Roth, is that he has trouble controlling his emotions or controlling his activity. I would ask the court to consider that. I know one thing in talking with him and reading through the report, he was concerned that the report basically reflected that he was not remorseful for what happened. In his conversations with me, he says he is remorseful and wanted the court to know that. And I would ask the court to possibly consider he's factored out at 0 to 6. He's done very well on bond. We haven't had any issues with him. Any types of violations, I would consider the court to possibly have a no jail sentence in this case. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Mr. Roth, you don't have to say anything today, but it is allowed. Is there anything you want to tell me or no?
Yeah, this past year has been tough in legal battles I've had in Sheboygan.
This is Roth's moment of remorse, or is it? He apologizes and talks about growth, medicine, and motivation. But the tone feels almost rehearsed. What do you think? Genuine regret or courtroom performance? Comment below. Empathy or manipulation?
I put the state of Michigan as a New Mexican through a lot, and wanted to apologize to any victim if she or her family is listening. And you know, I'm struggling a lot to work on relationships in my life, and I wrote a statement, but it just taking accountability for my actions and what a lack of maturity that I've shown, and how the medicine that I have been on since November of last year has brought my energy levels up, and there's less boredom and a little bit more determination to have a career and pursue something a little higher. So hope you take that into consideration, and that's it.
Okay, thank you, sir. Ms. Goodrich, recommendations from the people?
Yes, Your Honor. The defendant is 33 years old with no prior felonies and 4 prior misdemeanors. He's listed as currently unemployed.
Here comes the prosecution, calm but cutting. She's calling out the lack of accountability, the empty words, the history. When prosecutors start talking about pattern behavior and lack of remorse, it's usually code for, we've seen this act before.
I was disappointed to read his reaction and subsequent messaging with the MDOC agent, and just the lack of remorse or accountability for his actions, and would ask the court to follow the recommendations.
Thank you. Well, Mr. Roth, you know, you're standing before the court for some disturbing contact or conduct, that there is an agreement that this would be a non-registerable offense, and I agree with that. And it doesn't fit under the requirements for Michigan's SORA or catch-all provisions. So you don't have to register, but you've got a prior indecent exposure case. And in this case, you're driving down the highway, exposing yourself and masturbating and positioning your car to force other people to look at it. And then even during the pre-sentence interview, you say, well, 90% of women would like that. You are so gravely wrong about that. I mean, that is just a shocking lack of understanding to me, which is consistent, Mr. Roth. You consistently display a complete lack of understanding about how the world views your behavior, how you.
And this is where it all blows up. The judge is done. That line, 90% of women would like that, sends him over the edge. You can feel the shift in tone. This isn't just sentencing anymore. It's moral outrage in real time. The courtroom is silent, and Roth's delusion about women just sealed his fate.
You view your behavior, I promise you, what you think of your behavior is not what other people think of your behavior. Your behavior in our county the last couple of years has been deplorable. You've gotten to know now the circuit judge. That's not a good thing. And I've gotten to know you. That's not a great thing for you, because the ways that I've gotten to know you is your behavior, which is shocking at times, and how you interact with other persons is shocking at times. How you deemed it appropriate for you to interact with an agent of the Department of Corrections, and the way that you treated them, the way that you have treated my staff on occasion, the way that you have treated attorneys trying to help you. Your comment that you're very disappointed that except for your lawyer and the judge, everybody's been a woman dealing with your case, shows a level of misogyny that is troubling as well. You are a deeply disturbed individual, Mr. Roth, and I don't know that you have any understanding of that. In any event, there are some financial assessments here. $130 as a crime victim's assessment, $350 court costs. You have to comply with DNA testing and pay a $60 fee, and there's $68 in state costs. I don't think probation would work at all. Nobody in the system seems to be able to communicate with you in a way that makes any sense. So I have no confidence that you would do anything on probation to comply. You have, although the guidelines are 0 to 6 months, a pattern of sexual deviancy and statements showing a total lack of understanding and remorse. There is a cap on 90 days jail. I'm going to impose all 90 of those days with credit for 2 days previously served. That's the sentence of the court, Mr. Roth. You can appeal it if you wish by filing an application. If you want me to give you a lawyer, I would do so, but you'd have to ask me within 6 months. We're going to hand you some of that appeal paperwork. You can fill it out if you want to take an appeal, and we're going to ask you to initial one copy for us.
90 days jail. That might sound light, but pay attention. The judge's words cut deeper than the sentence. This case isn't just about indecent exposure. It's about entitlement, misogyny, and what happens when a man refuses to see reality. The message: accountability isn't optional. Actions and attitudes have consequences.